Revere. Stop!
Stay. Okay, this is day 3. Buddy's doing pretty good. He's still getting acclimated. First 2 days he hasn't really eaten his full meals. It's okay, this is normal. But he is happy. He just has what we call a traveler's gut. So, Buddy is a golden retriever. He's under 1 year old. I believe she said that he is 10 months. And he still acts like a really big puppy, a medium-sized puppy. What we love about these golden retrievers. He's so gentle. You pet him enough and he just kind of flops over. Good boy. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I like to use the word okay as in confirmation that we're going to do something. So in this instance, I'm going to show you how I am teaching him to learn proper etiquette on the leash. Now, you'll notice the prong collar at the end is for a small dog. I find it to be more effective because there's more real estate around his neck with corrections. And I'm going to do passive corrections because golden retrievers generally are not hard dogs. They're very sensitive, and all we need is for him to understand that going the wrong way is uncomfortable, not painful. And some of us may believe that other methods such as the choke collar or the martingale may be better. The martingale has a limitation of choke, but if the dog pulls like Buddy does, it's still going to have an effect on his trachea. Now, it's hearsay on how bad it could be, but I can tell you right now that Buddy pulls hard. And it has a lot to do with conditioning. When Buddy pulls a little bit and you don't want to hurt him, you let him pull more. And he'll pull more and more until it gets to a point where, I'm concerned that his trachea may be injured because he will pull really hard. So the owners decided to use a harness, which is a great idea. In the case of the harness, Buddy, come here. Good boy, Buddy, sit. Good. In the case of the harness, when he goes forward, the harness lets him lose traction on his front 2 feet, thus making him more susceptible to slowing down because he's losing traction on the ground. That's a good way of helping him walk, but it doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't teach him how to walk, it just limits the way he walks. So I'm going to teach him how to walk by using this prong collar here. And you notice right now that I already taught him to stay and sit. His stay is pretty good for a under 1 year old. Right, Buddy? Buddy? Yes! Eye contact, treat to the face. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. So there is no correction. So if he wants to pull, he can, but it should be uncomfortable to a point where he would eventually understand that walking next to me, not in front of me, is more ideal. Because if he walks in front of me, he won't know when I turn unless I tell him, which I should. If he's in front of me, that's perfectly fine during leisure walking. But during leisure walking, if you're about to turn, don't just assume that he can hear you. Tell him that you're turning. But if he's next to you, you wouldn't have to tell him. So it's really up to you how strict you want to be during the walk. But in my opinion, a leisure walk is what it is, leisure. It should be fun. So come on, let's walk. Let's walk this way, good boy. How about this way? Walk this way. Good boy. Stop. I taught him what stop means because, well, that's the best way to tell a dog stop, right? Right, buddy? Yes. Okay, walk. Walk this way. Good boy. And I'm teaching him to walk on my left side, but sometimes he may serpent over to the other side. And that's my way of telling him to come back. Now he's still jumping on me because I don't want to correct him just yet. I don't have that kind of relationship. So maybe by the 4th day, I'll start correcting him because the jumping is a big no-no for, you know, smaller people. And say you're injured or you just had surgery, but he's so excited to see you and he's jumping on you. We can't have that. So you can teach him to jump on you, and then you can teach him to stop jumping on you. You ready? Let's walk. Walking to the right is easy when he's on your left, but if he's in front of you, then obviously it's going to be hard to go around him. So I will tell him, I'll just nudge a little bit this way. Hold on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. How about this way, buddy? Let's walk this way. So he just serpentine to the other side. I'll just nudge him this way. Come here. Good boy. So he's a very sensitive dog. I'm not using hardly any correction. And just to make sure that I'm not, I would use 2 fingers on the leash, which gives me medium traction on a rubber-like biothane material. I'm tighten this up. It keeps slipping onto my butt. Okay, good boy. So that's how I would help him learn to walk. And you'll notice how easy it is when there's just a slight amount. There isn't any pain when he's wearing the prong. There's only pain when he decides to lunge at something, which is an obvious no-no. So, buddy, come here. Come here. Good boy. Can you sit? Good. It's a good boy. His eye contact, his focus is great. Can you look at me? Good boy. Yes. And this is the aftermath of me initially teaching him how to focus on me the first 2 days, and ultimately recalling. So recalling is very important for any of my dogs, because if you think about it, the leash is other than legal purposes because people don't know how to control their own dogs like they control their own children. Dogs, just like children, don't want to be on a leash. They want to be free. But you can only let your children free outside if you know that the child will come back when you ask them to. So that's the same concept with a dog. If you want the dog to be obedient, true obedience this should be the same as a child. They should come when you ask. And if they don't, they should be reprimanded. And maybe try to help them understand why. But try doing that with the dog. It's probably going to be a little bit more difficult because they don't understand English like children do. Right, Eddie? Yes! Good. And so I've been practicing luring. He's doing really well with luring. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Sit. Good. Sit. Up. Buddy, sit. And this is the preliminary stage of a heel. Stay. Yes! And meanwhile, since he's not afraid of me, he doesn't mind going between the legs. Good weave. Come on. Good weave. Good boy. Good weave. I'm passively teaching him different ways of healing. Spin. Good spin. Sit. Yes! He's a very fast learner, but he would be faster once he gets acclimated to this environment. Spin. Yes! Come on. Ready? Sit. Good boy. Yes! Good boy, buddy. So if you can notice, because I have his full attention and he realizes that I'm a good person, luring him into a healing position, sit, means that in the future, he won't need a leash. Yes! Ready? Spin. Yes! Good boy. And so by tomorrow, I am expected to use this as a mark once he understands that it's okay to step on it. Come on. Once he steps on it, he'll get a reward for a mark. Good boy. Let's put this on here. Yes! Come on, come on. Woo-doo. Good boy. Yes! And that's going to be for another lesson. But he's doing pretty good. Sit. Good. Yes! And let's do a weave. Weave. Come on. Good boy. Good weave. Weave. Good boy. Oh! The leash got on me. Come on. Good boy. Ready? Spin. Yes! He's gonna be a dancing dog. Aren't you, buddy? You're such a good boy. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Spin. Spin. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna practice healing now. Healing is we're going to be proper placement. So I'll really most of this. Ready, Craig? Sit. Nice on the ground. Sit. Good. One. Round things. Round. Good boy. Boy, come on. Over here. Good boy. Stay. That's it. Good heel. Good boy. Good boy. Put this on here. That's it. Thanks for jumping. Good boy. Yes. So now that I know like he's wary of something, we do stuff to help him get over some common fears. Come on. Good boy. Learn to walk over things. Come on, let's walk over stuff. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Come on. On top. On top. Good. Sit. Yes. We're going to use this then. Stay. Yes. Stay. Since it's afraid of the platform, we're just going to use that now. Stay. Sit. Stay. Yes. Good place. Good place. Sit. Sit. Good. Stay. Stay. Good buddy. That's good buddy. Good buddy. Right. Spin. Good spin. Good buddy. Yeah. Good buddy. Good. Good. Yes. Whoa. Cool. Good place. Good place. Good. Sit. Stay. Good place. Stay. Please. Yes. Good buddy. Good buddy. Good spin. Good spin. Let's practice drop.